This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. As we talk about the way God is still working in our lives these days, the way God is taking away and adding things for our blessing, we remember that many of the things that He's taking away are good things. They're blessings to us. In this series, we're calling them idols, but idols are beginning as good things. But ever since the fall, we tend to take things that are good and turn them into what is worthy of worship, fear, love, and trust. Today, I'm going to talk about the way we do things. That way has been completely upended in this past month. If anybody has been in leadership in anything, you know that any amount of change is liable to cause a reaction. Because we don't like it when our lives change, especially without our permission. In the church world, if you change the smallest thing in a church service, it's going to upset people. And yet, in this past month, we've seen just about every aspect of our life be ripped away. We don't like change. We don't like things to be different because we're comfortable with the way that we think our lives are going. We're comfortable when we come into church worshiping exactly how we have for most of our life. And that comfort can take a wrong place. When something changes and we get upset, we have to ask ourselves, what are we upset with? What is bothering us in this moment? It's been interesting to me in this past month that as our entire pattern for worshiping, for communing, for relating to one another has changed in a moment, there hasn't been anywhere near as much anger as I thought I would see with all of this, because I certainly understand the heartbreak that is coming with changing how we relate to God and one another and all this. But maybe that is a great blessing for us, that when all else is stripped away, we focus on what is most important. That is the blessings of God coming to us in word and at times in sacrament, as we're doing communion in our parking lot at church. The focus is incredibly important, not only in times of great change, but in times where things are relatively stable, that we know what is important, we know who it is we are worshiping, and we celebrate God and the gifts that He directs to us. This is a great blessing for us, as God has disrupted our life so much that we can focus on the things that really matter, on His blessings to us, on the people He's given us close to us, on those in need near and around us in our community. There are tremendous blessings in this disruption and in this change, and I'm heartened by the lack of anger that people have shown with a change that would certainly welcome it. These are just my thoughts this morning. Be heartened and focus yourself on the blessings that God gives us today and every day. Go in peace and serve the Lord. Thanks be to God.